Welcome to Ethical Bets. No bullshit guaranteed locks, no paying for picks. This is a show where I only talk about games that I have personally placed a bet in. And it's been a long wait, but football is finally back. College football is finally back. Week 0, getting ready to kick off. And unfortunately, not all of us made it. Not all of us survived the off season. I'm sure we lost a few degenerates along the way. And if you were one of the ones that didn't survive betting on 4 a.m. Korean ping pong or Swedish snooker, rest now, brothers. We have the watch. All right, let's get into it. First game, we got Chapel Bill and Coach Hudson going to Ireland. Chapel Bill going international. What could possibly go wrong there? And they're taking on the TCU Horned Frogs. Now, I get it. Everybody hates UNC. Everybody hates UNC. They were a joke last year. It was a dumpster fire, and it could happen again. It very well could happen again this year. But so while UNC could be a disaster, nobody's talking about TCU. The ingredients are there for TCU to be a disaster as well, at least to start the year. So TCU, when you think TCU, you think dropping back, slinging the football, air raid offense. Their quarterback, who they've had the last few years, Josh Hoover, he's now starting at Indiana. So the new quarterback. They're bringing in a quarterback from Harvard, who a lot of experience and was awesome at that level, but we haven't seen him at this next level. Will he be able to translate to the FBS level? So they got new quarterback, brand new offensive coordinator. They're bringing in the offensive coordinator from UConn, and they've talked about wanting to run the ball more and be more balanced. So this isn't going to be the just drop back and throw it all over the field TCU like we're used to. They could play a brand new style of football, new quarterback, new offensive coordinator. That could take a while to mesh. I mean, do we think just right off the bat they're just going to be a well-oiled machine with a new quarterback, new style of football, new offensive coordinator? That may that might take a few weeks yeah, to mesh. Um, and also, let's not look over the fact that their starting safety just launches a full-on WWE backstage assault against one of their wide receivers and beats the shit out of him and injures the wide receiver. So the receiver is out and can't play, and the starting safety was dismissed from the team, so he's out. That that seems like a pretty bad omen to start the year. Um, you factor all of that in, it could be a shit show for TCU to start the year as well. Now, if you flip over to UNC, the fact that they were a dumpster fire last year, people just, they kind of lumped the whole team into that. Their defense wasn't bad last year. The defense was pretty good. And I trust a Belichick team to at least have a competent average defense. Now, Belichick's son, who is their defensive coordinator, it looks like he's still out with medical issues and he's probably not going to be in Ireland for the game. So, who their defensive coordinator is going to be against TCU is a big question mark, obviously. So that is concerning for sure. Um, I still trust a Belichick defense. I think they'll be okay. And the offense last year was absolutely terrible, like bottom 5 in the country bad. They were awful. But what they do is they bring in offensive coordinator Bobby Petrino from Arkansas, whose offense was legit very good last year. And I think Bobby Petrino can turn the offense around. I think they're going to look a lot better this year under Bobby Petrino. I think he's a really good offensive coordinator, and I think the offense they can't look much worse than they did last year, but I think they're going to look a lot better. They announced they're going to be starting Billy Edwards. Might be a hot take. A lot of people don't like Billy Edwards. I think he's a decent quarterback. And I think with you, when you give him Bobby Petrino to work with, I think the offense is going to be a lot better. Billy Edwards coming in from Maryland. He transferred to Wisconsin, but got hurt first game of the year, missed the entire season, and now he's going to be starting at UNC. And I think this UNC offense is going to look a lot better under Petrino. I think the defense will be fine, and I think there's a lot of question marks with TCU as well. I think it's too much to be laying, such a big number, -7.5. While there are questions, especially who's going to be the defensive coordinator for UNC. You know what I said? Why not Jordan Hudson? Why not? Why not? If Akron can have a random fan be offensive coordinator for a drive, why can't we have Jordan Hudson as defensive coordinator? TCU has a lot of experience on their side, a lot of juniors and seniors. Who better at manipulating men with experience than Jordan Hudson? UNC +7.5. UNC money line. All right. Now we're going NC State at Virginia. I think the best player in this entire game is CJ Bailey, quarterback from NC State. I am super high on CJ Bailey. I think he's an awesome player, and he might even take another leap this year. They played last year. State got them. State beat them. Game came down to the wire, and State put up some points on them. Virginia's defense really good. They return a lot of production from last year, so I think their defense will be really good again this year. But State put up points on them last year. Now, you could look and say a lot of that was due to Hollywood Smothers, which is fair, who is no longer at NC State. He transferred to Texas. I think CJ Bailey can. I think he's going to be able to put up some points on Virginia again this season, just like they did last season. Even though the Virginia defense, I expect them to be really good again this year. Let's go to the other side of the ball with the Virginia offense. This is where I'm down on Virginia this year. They lose Chandler Morris, who he could be interception prone at times, but I like Chandler Morris. I thought he was a good quarterback, got them to ACC championship game. They also lose their star running back in Jamari Taylor. He's in the NFL now. So they lose a lot on offense. They bring in the transfer quarterback from Missouri, Pribula, and I'm not sold on him. I think the offense for Virginia is going to take a step back after losing Morris and Taylor. Now again, State's defense wasn't very good last year. I think they should be a little better this year with some of the transfers they brought in. But yeah, I think Virginia's offense is going to take a massive step back this year. That's why I'm not high on Virginia with the losses of Taylor and Morris. I think this is a close game, probably a field goal game either way. I wouldn't be shocked if State went in there and won. Again, I'm betting on I think the best player on the field is CJ Bailey. I think they'll find a way to score even on a good defense, and I think Virginia, their offense could struggle a bit. So I'm going with my official bet, NC State +5.5. And that'll do. I wanted to come on here and talk about, I was going to bet UNLV team total over, but they announced today that they're going to be playing both quarterbacks for game one. And yeah, that's not great. They did that opener last year and almost lost to, who was it? Idaho State, I think it was. Almost fucked around and lost to Idaho State. I'm not a Jackson Arnold guy by any means, but I was going to come on here and talk about how I think UNLV is the perfect system for Jackson Arnold, and UNLV's offense is going to be awesome, and he might even be better than Anthony Calandria was for them last year. But they're going with the two quarterback system to start the year, and it's like I can't I can't bet on it. I can't bet on them to score now. So now I've got no action in the late game. I'm gonna have to find something. You got to have some sort of action in the late game. I'll find something. Maybe I'll make probably make a Twitter for the channel and put it on maybe put it on there once I find something. But yeah, I was hoping to bet UNLV team total now, since they're going to be playing both quarterbacks, not so much. But all right, I've rambled enough. That's it. Those are my week 0 picks. I got UNC. I actually got a bad number. I got negative CLV. I got UNC +7, but you can get +7.5. I even saw +8 out there. And I also sprinkled UNC money line, and I am on NC State +5.5. Like and subscribe if you like the video, want to see more. And yeah, till next time, I don't have a catchphrase yet.